Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of the Dead Realms. I am your humble DM, Tyler, and just a quick warning. At this time, Hurricane Ian is in effect. Because of this, we are missing two players who we wish are doing okay as far as surviving throughout the hurricane. I am also around the hurricane area, so you might see my camera slow down a bit, maybe some internet problems during the stream. So if so, I apologize in advance. Mother Nature, she's very unpredictable. But we have everyone else here. So without further ado, let's reintroduce everyone. Starting with the top.
I'm Ryan Peppers, your local cleric.
Equus, your friendly neighborhood half-orc druid.
Yen Van. I'm not friendly. I'm an Asmar barbarian.
And I'm playing Copper, a dragonborn monk.
Nice. So, gentlemen, let's pick up where we left off. But first, let's get into the mood real quick. Let's get into the idea of where we are currently at this point in time. Last session, we continued combat from the session before. You guys, through long combat, were able to defeat the remaining forces of the Morrigan, and were able to transfer the obelisks from the Morrigan's control to the control of the Moon Maiden herself. While doing that, Equus, now seeing Stitchskin, fully non-skeletal being, through some impressive checks, were able to convince 50 soldiers to their doom as they set a trap where 50 soldiers lay to their deaths. However, before Equus could try to save Stitchskin, a different Raven of the Morgan appears and casted a mental prison spell on Equus, almost killing him for that fact. And after he escaped that illusion, the Raven was nowhere to be seen. So he quickly transformed into a horse and rushed over to his friends, which is where we are currently at right now. So everyone with the exception of Copper, and don't worry, Copper, we'll get to you in a second. As I stated, after the battle, you guys rested for a bit, looked around the surrounding area, where the Moon Maiden herself, Celine, comes out from the obelisk herself. Not herself in actuality, but more of a manifestation of her. You see basically a elven face with long flowing hair, silver of course. Other than that, you just see her entire skin, this translucent emerald, this translucent blue color. And she is in a silhouette form, but you guys can tell she is elvish. What do y'all do?
Well, first, since it's my goddess, I'm going to drop to my knees and ask as kindly as I can, Moon Maiden, after that fight, would you please bless us with the gift of healing and helping our exhaustion and spells?
I will attempt to do so with whatever power I have, Cleric Peppers. You may rise.
Your Honor, Celine, it's so nice to meet you. Ryan has told us so much about you. Would you like some dandelion tea?
As much as I would love to enjoy the taste of the dandelion tea, unfortunately, and she gestures towards her entire being, I am not quite capable of taste, at least not yet.
Someday soon, I hope.
She then looks at you, Yevon, and Yaman, and says, Yevon, Yaman.
It has been some time since we last spoke.
I have heard news from my sister of you two.
All good, I hope.
As much as she could tell me, yes.
We will need assistance. My ascension for the Shard of Helm. I'm not sure that I have enough power within me to secure the second monolith. Is there anything you can do to aid me in this?
That I can. But first, we must make sure this obelisk is secured. She then puts out both of her hands, and as she does, you see two bright lights appear next to the monolith, almost as tall as it's. And Mr. Peppers, you clearly see what seems like to be two basically giant-sized paladins of Selene with shield and longsword guarding the obelisk. And Selene says, "These two will protect the obelisk from any future threats. The remainder of my power, I can only grant you one of two things. I can either restore your vitality so that you may continue, or I can restore your capable abilities so that you are fully equipped with your power." What the DM is offering
Spells or
is that
health.
is you can either have all your health restored along with all your exhaustion levels, or all of your spell slots and class abilities.
Health.
Elves.
You guys have spells. We
Lots
have
of
literally
abilities.
used everything. So
all I'm saying is I took a lot of heat in that fight, and all I have on my side is a health bar. How low is everyone else? Can we just long rest?
I'm
I
at,
have no key points. Let me just say that above table. Like,
Oh, I'm above table. I
Yeah,
have no
same.
health.
I have plenty of health, and I can I can use one of my spell slots once I get them back to restore health to everyone.
unless we're taking a short rest after this. Which,
Well, what
Take
I
a
was
short
thinking,
rest, and I can return that one spell.
that's what I'm going to ask. Like, can we long rest? Do we have time? And if so, if we can long rest, can we delay her favor until the last minute when we need it? for
You
next
cannot
fight?
delay her favor, unfortunately. This
Okay.
is a decision you must make now.
Then if you guys want
Wait.
spell slots, that's fine, because I can short rest and use all my hit die.
Do we
I mean-
each get the choice, or is it the one choice for all?
It's one choice for the old group.
Okay, well, so I've only used one spell slot in the last session because I was mostly walking and talking. I'm at 20 HP though.
Can you short rest your key points?
yeah.
Okay, let's just take health and short rest. So we don't have to use any of our hit die, and then it'll be like we're at full, except for Ryan Peppers.
I won't be able to do anything in the next fight.
Do you need spell slots?
He's a
I
cleric.
literally used
You're
everything.
the only one that benefits from spell slots.
And I would get key points.
Oh, okay, no. So
But if you short rest, you'll get them anyway. So it's
I
kind
know.
of an
yeah, but
I
it's
think
the
we
same
will
thing with
with
health,
the
like with the short rest. Like that's
Alright.
same.
All I have left is 3 level 1s, a level 2, and a level.
Oh wait, what?
that's quite a few spells.
That's not your
That's
out.
just not your big hitters.
You are
I
not.
can't use any of my level 4s, any of my level 3s.
That's how the
We don't
world
need
works.
those to stay
Like,
alive right now.
that's what I'm saying. Like you made it sound like you just had cantrips of the wazoo.
If you only had cantrips,
I
I'd completely
looked at it
agree.
wrong. I'm sorry. I thought
No,
I.
No, you're good. You're good. We're just realizing. So let's
I don't
get
need
our,
help at all.
let's
Like,
get our-
well, I do, but it's not.
We're
But
We're
my
doing
thought
health. We're
process
doing
was
health.
my thought
We're doing-
process was I could easily
We'll do it live.
if she did spells for us, I could fix all my spells, right? Then we take that short rest or whatever. I can use one of my or after she fixes her spells, I could use one of my healing spells, my high level ones.
how much health can you
Heal
heal?
all of you guys.
I need almost 70 hit points.
I need 53.
Keep in mind, you can use as much hit die as you want during a short rest if you guys decide to long rest. Short rest. excuse
And
me.
I have a feat where you gain like an extra dice if you use hit dice, maybe a d6.
But it's up to you guys what you want to do. But we
I
need to
think
here
we
first.
should have Bebo's absolute strongest spells. I think we can all get our hit points back because we all have a lot of hit die, and he can heal us with
Yeah.
one spell. So I think that's completely right. Health
If
is
you
a
wanna go in
non-action.
fully healed, I think we should just use the hit dice.
Yep. Just use
Alright.
hit die. Give us our features and spells back.
All right. So Celine then says, "So what will it be? Your vitality or your abilities?"
Oh, power. Please.
Is that what the rest of you would like?
It would aid me tremendously. I'm low on spells.
Very well. Then I shall grant you power. And you guys regain all your feature abilities, you regain all your spell slots, you regain all that shit. And then after she restores all of your abilities, she then continues by saying, Seems that my time on this material plane is shortening. I've used up the last powers that I can. I must recharge to use my abilities once more. However, I will let you know about this. The more now controlling one of these obelisks, I could sense the others nearby. The Morgan has already claimed two for herself, wiping out the demon cultists along with the strange cultists who conjured those weird toad creatures. But there is one hidden one remaining. It is the path to it is located to the yawning portal's hole in the yawning portal tavern above. You must traverse there, but there is a quicker way. And then, by the snap of her fingers, you guys know the way, magically, of course.
Oh.
and she continues saying, "I could lead you to the path of where you need to be, but from that point on, you must continue ventured on your own. For no one has survived this area. This used to be a dungeon for adventurers that trying to claim rightful treasure. However, none would survive its horrors. But do know this, the obelisk remains in such dungeon. It's been abandoned since this apocalypse began. So I do not know what it lies beyond it, its horrible gates."
If you would bestow us with one final favor, do you know where the dragon's hoard was taken?
The hoard still remains here if you wish to claim the gold. It is where the dragon dwells behind all this. And she points towards like the entryway where you first encountered where the dragon first exited out of. It lies there if you require such items to assist you on your journey. But do know this, we must act quickly, for the Morrigan having already two, we must equalize the playing field as quickly as we can. Rest here for a moment's time, but then continue your journey forward.
Very well, goddess.
I wish you luck, adventurers, and I wish you the most luck, Cleric Peppers. And she fades into the obelisks. Her two tall-ass sentinels still standing there right next to the obelisk, ready to strike down any threat.
I take a
Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Copper, you conclude your dance of the death of the chromatic dragon. When Celine first came out, there was a lot of bright light concentrated on the obelisk with darkness all around. While that's going on, you're like, oh, that's weird. And as you finish your dance, all of a sudden there's like smoke all around you. And it seems like you're in this black void almost with white smoke all around you. And you just see the form of what seems like to be a giant dragon of smoke. And it looks towards you. And it just stares at you.
Who are you? What is this?
I see you have completed the dancing ritual of mine towards the death of Firebane.
Ah, Copper drops to his knees.
You may rise, Dragonborn, for you have the headband of the Golden One.
Am I the last Dragonborn who's fighting out here?
No. Some of your comrades still lies within Faerun.
Oh, please. Sorry.
It feels dire for our people. I don't
Our-
know if we can be enough to stop all of this.
You must be enough. For if you do not complete this task, this Morrigan will desolate everything, including our kin. Your comrades, Blue, has already passed. Black has been sealed away. The ones you call Wit and Silva are somewhere up north, along with their master Red. Your teacher, Proms, has passed. Impress is still walking around aimlessly. Along with the rest of our Dragonborn kin, there's not much of us left. However, we must survive if we wish to survive this age.
What are you asking of me?
I'm asking you to stay alive, to stop this threat to the Morrigan. Gather the rest of the clan afterwards, trying to restore our Dragonborn society.
I mean, there's only so much I can do. I am mortal, you know. I'm doing my best.
You might be mortal, but it is the mortal's actions that change the fates of the world. Look at your friends. They are willing to die to stop this menace in order to restore order to this land. And you must do the same with our kin.
I will. I'm just saying, this shit is fucking rough. You see this fucking scar on my chest? That shit wasn't here before this battle.
Dragons have lived thousands and thousands of years, many of which face many great ordeals, far greater than what is going on right now. You have the strength of all of our past draconic ancestors, and you have the headband of the Golden One, showing your true wisdom. You must carry on the Dragonborn race.
And let me carry some of Firebrand's power so that he's not forgotten to this world.
Very well. The smoke billows upon you, and you start coughing like crazy. But eventually, after coughing, all of a sudden your mouth spews out fire. You can now optionally go for fire breath or acid breath.
Cool. That's cool.
Nice.
And after that smoke is cleared, you're back to in real time. All of a sudden, your friends are looking for you, not knowing where you are.
I would have assumed he's by the dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you walk towards the direction of the horde, and you just see Copper like smoking like crazy. You see that his copper. Would you say your skin is like what, yellowish color?
Yeah.
It's
You're
more
going
like a
out.
crimson yellow at this point.
Were you talking to your god as well?
It seems so. I was just doing a dance that I know the village previous golden dragons do. I didn't know it would connect me to a god.
Your worship is admirable. It's difficult for me to talk to my god because I am my god. And he just walks towards the loot.
Alright.
I look at you as you got finished with your talking to him, and I kind of give you a salute.
I
Being
salute
another
back.
talk to my god, you know.
Oh, that was your god? That was the
Bros.
lights? Oh,
That was the lights. Alright.
That was salute.
You also notice that Copper's skin, not just yellow, but the edges of the scales are like this crimson red now. Seems like he has a mixture of both colors.
Are you wearing makeup?
no.
Just wondering. I was wondering what dyes you used, but I guess
I
not.
literally have nothing but shorts on.
And a headband. Don't forget that.
Well, I mean, that's standard. I mean, you can see that. I have no bag or anything. My stuff got destroyed in lava, if you remember. I do continuity here, you know.
I think he was just joking. I think he was
Let's get a
just
whole
joking.
lot of
Papa.
new stuff
I
here.
think he was just kidding
Uh,
with
Let's go
you.
look at this board real quick.
Alright.
No
You
one thinks
guys
you
have-
wear makeup, Kappa.
You guys go towards the horde, and you just see piles upon piles of gold. Not as big as you thought it would be, but it's a decent amount. Amongst the horde, you also see a bunch of skeletons in one corner, and amongst the horde, you do see a couple of items there. So I'm just going to spell out the horde right now. So alongside the 10,000 gold pieces, you find a potion of fire breathing, a level 2 spell scroll, a wand of secrets, 3 diamonds worth 300 gold pieces, 2 potion of greater healings, a potion of resistance, and a potion of hill giant strength.
What was the diamonds?
3 diamonds worth 300 gold pieces.
Is that considered a magical gem?
No, it is diamonds that is worth high value.
I don't think anyone would argue with me taking the potion of hill giant strength and one of the healing potions
He's gonna take one of the healing potions as well.
because we're both frontliners, so it makes sense. But I think that hill giant strength is going to do the best for a barbarian.
Isn't your strength already maxed out?
Yeah, but Hill Giant raises it to 27.
Oh, okay.
Question: could I teach
Answer.
a monkey how to use the Wand of Secrets?
Teach what?
A monkey how to use the Wand of Secrets. Like if I summoned a monkey or befriended a monkey, and I handed it this wand, gave it a lesson or two.
As far as using the wand, you aren't too sure. It takes a very long time to train a monkey to do human tasks.
So
What's
I
the
gotta
wand
get
of
a
secret?
pre-trained.
Bebo,
Okay.
Bebo, take those diamonds because you can use them for Revivify.
Yeah, bring us back to life.
We're gonna need it.
Save me.
Call my name.
3.
But yeah, you guys pack a bunch of loot. You guys can take as much gold pieces as you wish, but I'm assuming you guys are gonna do a short rest.
You said potion of resistance. You didn't specify the type of resistance.
You aren't too sure of what resistance is it. As you look at the potion, you see that it's this weird gray color. You guys know that potion resistance would have a color based off of whatever resistance is, but this one's kind of older one, so you're not too sure.
You said the diamonds were worth 300 gold pieces?
Each, yes.
We don't have downtime to examine this, but I think this might help us against the Morrigan, potentially. Potion of resistance. Equus, do you think you could identify it in a timely way?
Yeah, if I got some time.
Okay.
Yeah,
please
you
do.
can identify it during a short rest. I will definitely allow that.
Cool.
All right, go ahead and make a nature check then.
Do we know what's in the scroll too? Dirty 20 on the nature check.
Yeah, this is a very old potion. It's definitely something you don't truly recognize because usually, based on your knowledge and the smell that the potions give around, you know, okay, this is fire resistance, acid resistance, whatever the case may be. However, you've never seen the color of this origin, and the smell is a weird mixture. You can't really truly identify it. It smells like mercury almost. But you do know that it is non-toxic and that it is drinkable. As far as what effects it'll have on the user, no one's sure for certain.
All right.
I misunderstood. I switched up the potion of Hill Giant with the potion of Liquid or Frost Giant. So this one is not the same. So it does bring it to 21. So I'm going to put it back in the pile, and I'm going to take the potion of resistance after Equus is done with it.
Yeah. Do we know what's in that level 2 scroll?
You haven't opened it yet.
Well, I'd like to take a peek.
You open it. What language do you speak?
Common, Druidic, Orc, Sylvan.
Celestial.
You can't read it, Equus. It seems like it's in a different language.
I might be able to ritual cast comprehend languages if I remember correctly.
What about Draconic? Show it to Copper.
Yeah, and can anyone read this?
I have Celestial, Aarakocra, Orin,
I have-
Infernal, and Common.
Yeah, Draconic, Inferno, and Orc.
Copper, you recognize this as Draconic writing. It is a level 2 spell scroll for a Dragon's Breath spell.
I think we know who should have that.
Oh, this is Dragon Breath spell. One of you guys should have it.
Bebo, I've never
yep.
seen a fire-breathing chicken before. Or not Bebo. I'm sorry. Peppers.
Who's this Meatball you speak of?
Meatball!
Bebo, meatball, whatever.
You know, it would be useful for cooking some foods.
Whatever.
No, I might be able to find a use for it if you'll let me have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook rations for the party while we're chilling. I'm gonna
Right.
grill up some meats alongside my
Before we do
flame
that
tongue
short
sword.
rest, you guys needed me to do a healing spell, right?
I don't actually. I rolled half my hit die and got full health from it, so I'm good. D12s are it's just great.
D12s are great. It's a shame no one uses them.
Except barbarians.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're the most likely to get hit. That's
yeah. I'm not saying it's unfair. I just love it.
All right, you guys do your short rest. You rest up. You eat some foods. for the journey ahead. And after an hour or so, you guys can have time to talk amongst yourselves after identifying your magic items and just deciding who gets what and determining how much gold you could fit in your pockets. You guys have time to talk amidst resting a bit.
What does the Wand of Secrets do?
But I will look that up. Give me 1 second. So you guys could go ahead and roleplay while I look this up.
I think my inventory is light enough. I only carry 20 pounds, so I think I can carry all the gold if you make a big enough box.
What are we gonna need gold for?
I need it to.
You can use it
revive
to
you.
create food,
Casting
purify.
spell.
Yeah. It's
It takes
quite
about
useful.
500 pieces for me to revive you guys.
I'm not sure why, but the gods like gold. It makes them strong.
I mean, if you say
The
so.
Wand of Secrets. The wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points to the closest trap or door nearest you. The wand regains 1d3 expanded charges daily, so you can find secret doors or traps with it.
Why don't we use it right now? Who would want to hide their loot but a dragon?
Let's do it.
You use the charge. You wait a minute, but nothing happens.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, we'll get him
I-
next time.
I'm gonna take the map that we got from Red's underling, the first one we killed, and I'm gonna unroll it. It had the location of one of their hideouts as well as the church. I want to see if we can find the pillars or the monoliths.
Weren't they on there?
Yeah.
Too?
I thought they were. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
so you unravel the map you guys got way back when you guys invading the cultist area. And you do see the one circled underneath. The one nearest to you is where you guys are currently at. I'm trying to pull up this damn map.
These
It
stupid
doesn't wanna cooperate.
cultists couldn't have made it easier for us. They really shouldn't have put all of them on one map.
Their operational security is not great.
No. We practically walked in.
I mean, everyone's just focused on themselves. I mean, they probably thought they could get away with it in broad daylight.
Yeah, they probably didn't
we
think
gotta-
a bunch of gods and god-wielding assholes would show up.
Oh, short rest. How much health do you get back again? What do you roll?
You roll your
A
hit
D8
die.
plus your hit die plus con.
When you hit short rest, it shows you. And you just tick the boxes, and then you hit roll underneath. It'll pop up.
Okay, I put the map back in the Discord. So where you guys are currently at, you guys are around to your left, underneath. So you're on the leftmost area. The yawning portal is a little bit south of you guys, in which you guys know the path because Celine gave you like secret passageways and such towards there. But the other two you can assume that the Morgan has control over, which is the top one and the right one.
I think now we are best playing the subtle game and attacking their defenses now that we know a little bit more about the organization.
I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Am I doing it wrong? It's not healing me.
You
gotta manually do it.
It doesn't tell me how much I got back though.
It should roll all the die. It should even show it in chat.
Yeah, if not, you could just roll it manually if you wish.
Yeah, and then just add your con.
But you guys are looking on this map.
Well, our next move seems pretty obvious,
We need to hit another monolith.
and we know the route to one of them.
I think we could pretty easily travel underground at this point as well. Not to the sewers, though. I'm not going back to the sewers. Thoughts?
We can use multiple hit die, right?
Yes.
Yes, as much as you'd like.
Yep, let's go. Let's keep underground. We'll go to the yawning portal.
Really?
We'll claim another one. We'll clear the whole fucking land if we have to. I don't care. I'm fucking sick of this goddamn zombies on this goddamn plane.
Saloon did give us advice as well as to which one had the one that killed Stitchskin, did she not? I remember her saying something about where Stitchskin's killer might be.
Well, vengeance isn't in my nature, but if any of you would like to get some vengeance, I'll pay you.
You've played me enough in Friendship and Dandelions. Let's go. He
But
finishes
aren't-
searing the stakes on
Aren't we
his
to,
sword.
to prevent her from getting more power by taking the one that's not claimed yet, the obelisk that's not claimed?
I think we're better off taking territory and removing her power, and then contesting the final obelisk. Whatever one's closer, in my opinion, at this point. We need to move quickly.
It's closer.
So you're saying assault
south.
one of their strongholds rather than go after the last remaining obelisk?
They could give us more power.
I think they'll be expecting us to do that. They're all going to be going towards that last obelisk. But if we remove another as they take the next, we'll be behind them. What do
Even
you
if
think?
they left forces behind to defend their obelisks, they still outnumber us.
That's
in
why we
all
don't go in.
facets.
This is a guerrilla war. We don't go after their main army. We don't fight any big fights. We can't win.
Let's just take the last remaining obelisk and play keep away.
All right, but if they're all there waiting for us,
We gotta take the one obelisk we can, and then we can mount up an assault on one of the other ones. But we'll probably need time to build up the force.
Saloon may also be able to give us another form of strength to help us in the endeavor against.
she sounded
And-
pretty tired.
For all we know, there's a whole bunch of allies waiting at the next obelisk, like there was at this one.
We could return to the temple and then go to the next obelisk, but I doubt we'll find any allies worthy of the fight.
I think. Well, I don't know if the temple. Yeah, I think their fighters should stay there to protect it. But I think we
agree.
should. Even yeah.
And Claudia should go and talk to the temple and then come meet us back.
Claudia is the fastest among us.
Fastest man alive. Oh, Copper, the guy who runs 80 feet every 6 seconds.
I run 50.
Man
50. 50. Not 80.
Oh, okay, let me get it straight.
Well, she has a dragon she can sit on the back of.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm
What's
cool
the
with
plan?
She ca-
voting on what Claudia does. I'm not really.
Yeah, so what's the plan here, boys?
Yeah, let's hit the obelisk that's not
You're
taken.
going to the next obelisk. Through
We're
the
going to the obelisk that's not taken, and Claudia's going to tell the church to mount up.
Okay.
Oh, do you want someone to roll Iamon's hit die and stuff?
Speaking of Yaman. Speaking with Yaman, Yaman comes up to you again when he says, "Brother, it is best wise for me to help Claudia escape out of this area, just in case.
Sure, that
I'll,
makes sense.
I will meet you at the church when you guys have taken the obelisk. I'll see you there, brother."
We will gather you there. Goodbye, brother.
All right. So Claudia and Yaman will go back up to the church. Not only that, but it'll also help the church know that they don't have to evacuate.
Has
but-
your brother taken a liking to Claudia?
I hope not.
Yeah, I think they're good for each other. Symbiotic.
All right. Well, you guys go separate ways with Claudia and Yaman. You guys go south of Waterdeep. You guys having the path to the dungeon that you guys are supposed to go in. You made through shortcuts. Yes, you do have to occasionally go through the sewers, but only for a short time. You face very minor foes, but you're easily able to crush them. And through the course of a full day's worth, you gather at the Yawning Portal, where whatever remains left of the Yawning Portal is unfortunately gone. For you guys know that this was a very famous bar for adventurers. Now, all that is left is just this long hole that just goes down. You see that there are ropes that there once was, and looking up, you see that it would lead towards what seems like to be the tavern, but all you just see is the skies at this point from the underground. And going down, you see more further down that it just keeps going.
I jump in the hole.
You don't want to.
Okay.
I could lower you down at least. Like,
It's not my
Okay.
style. He's
Guess I'm gonna
as he
start flying
descends.
after.
Once he hits the
Okay.
point where he knows that the yawning, he knows it's kind of getting deep. He extends his arms. He slows himself down.
Make an
Uh,
athletics check.
That looks
Happily.
Since Copper can run along vertical surfaces, he's just gonna run down
Oh,
Yep, you just Naruto run down that shit.
How are you getting down? I can fly.
I can fly too, but
Oh,
I'm gonna
cool.
take a page from Yenvon's book. That looks like fun. I'm gonna cannonball. I'm not gonna let it go as long as he did. I'm gonna stop a little sooner. But yeah, joyride.
Okay.
Why not?
How are you gonna stop?
I can fly. I got the flying suit.
All right. Once you get up to a threshold, you open your wings. You glide up a bit, but then you slowly fall down. What did you roll in your athletics check?
15.
Okay. Do you have any other way of preventing yourself other than gripping the sides?
Extending flame tongue out of my hand to create a physical barrier,
Okay.
something to cut
Alrighty.
into the stone with.
Catch it.
So, you guys falling down hundreds of feet. Fortunately for you, Yenvon, you don't fall to your death. But I will need you to make one more athletics check to see
Sure thing.
how much, because you will be taking damage. Spoiler alert, but we'll
Ooh,
see.
that's a
by how much.
28.
Okay, you won't take as much damage. So I roll
I'm doing some
a couple
thinking,
d.
man.
I'm gonna roll a couple d10s
As I
here.
as
One
I
second.
fall, I'm gonna rage. Ah!
You're
Yo,
ready
how-
to go.
I dropped a
Wait, you-
d10 here, folks. Here.
Side, I'm going to take damage.
6, 11. Sorry, I'm just doing a bunch of math right now. Okay, 1 second. It's a lot of math. You would have taken a grand total of 58 points worth of fallen damage, but you'll take half that.
What's half of 58? 58.
29.
2. So 29. I'm raging, so I'm gonna half it again, right?
That's only for attacks against you, not for physical fall damage.
It's just resistance to bludgeoning damage.
Fall damage is different, friend. You're
Bro,
falling down hundreds of feet.
You
Fair
heal
enough.
max from all heal spells, right?
Huh?
Don't you heal max from all
That
heal
was Yenvon Classic. This is Yenvon Upgrade. I'm gonna take the 29, and then I'm just gonna
Yep.
put my hand on my chest and immediately heal myself for 10 of it and take the 19.
Sure. So you fall down. Almost like a small mini crater forms around your legs. As you see the path venture forward, which leads to seems like to be a dungeon of sorts. Meanwhile, while you're trying to recuperate from that big ass fall, you just see Copper running down and then doing a sick front flip to safely land. You see Mr. Peppers and Equus gliding down gently, and yeah, you guys see further ahead what seems like to be a dungeon door.
Are you alright? That looked painful.
Pain is arbitrary, and he just stands up and walks into the dungeon.
Should we
Okay.
check for traps?
Oh, he's definitely limping. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Bro, do you want to heal?
Limping is just a warrior's swagger.
Oh my god.
Whatever. I'm gonna heal myself with a level 1 healing word. My word is you're doing good, Chief.
You guys enter the dungeon, and as you walk a few steps forward, the door automatically opens, and you just see this weird face along with the fire pits lit up on the side of it. And there's a path that leads left and right.
You say a weird face?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Oh.
So that is what you guys see, along with 2 fire pyres next to it that light it up magically.
Well, that's a face only a mother could love.
Do I recognize it? Does it have any like cultural significance?
You can either make an Arcana or a History check.
Would it have any religious significance since
I
it's
rolled a
by
5.
Satan's temple?
No. You've never seen this face before, Equus. As I try to change
Okay.
music to dungeon music.
could I look down both hallways and
There's a path that leads left, and then there's a path that leads right. Both straight down.
I say we go left. I just get good vibes, you know?
I don't know.
maybe we'd like to base this on something other than vibes. And I'm gonna look down and inspect the path and roll perception if that's okay.
What are you looking for specifically?
Anything that would indicate that there's more traffic in one area than another.
You don't need to make a check for that. So you see
Okay.
that both of these hallways. Celine told you this dungeon has been for hundreds and hundreds of years, but yet the hallways, both left and right, look perfectly clean, as if they were cleaned recently.
Okay.
There's
Left
a-
it is.
All right, you guys all go left.
I don't know. Should we split up?
No.
I mean, look at
No.
look at the right. It's so tempting.
No.
Look at it.
No.
Just look at it.
I'm not looking.
Look at it. As Copper gets real close.
I turn right. I turn right.
As you
Right.
your
Why did
sticky fire breath kind of oozes out just a little bit.
This acidic fire breath, truly dragon's breath. All right, so you guys go left.
Yeah.
You guys go left. You reach about 60 feet, and then there is two more paths. One that goes right, and one that goes continuously straight that eventually turns left.
Keep on left, right? If you always stick to one side of the maze, you'll eventually get to the end.
What?
Who?
Yeah, if you just go left at every turn, eventually you'll get to the end of the maze.
I've heard that before. We're gonna do that.
No. Let's just go straight.
That's complicated. Why would you do that?
If you go
Then you're
straight
gonna have to
in, it
remember.
goes to the left.
Let's say you wanted to retrace your steps. You'd have to remember at every turn which way you went. But if you always go left and you want to retrace your steps, you just turn around and always go right.
I like that
But
logic.
if we go straight, we only just made one turn if we keep going straight.
Look,
It's not that hard to remember. One turn.
Okay, I'll write it
sometimes-
down. I'll write it down.
The left
sometimes
path, if
wanna
you look
go
up ahead, goes
or
left. I mean, the
right.
straight path, if you look up ahead, goes left.
I'm gonna score the ground with my sword.
You do so.
So we know where we went and we know where we're going.
Let's go left.
I trust Equus on this. Sorry, Copper. He's literally man of
It goes
nature.
straight anyway. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Why is nobody listening?
I'm gonna score the left path
up
and I'm just gonna
ahead.
go that way.
All right, so you continue straight and then left.
Every time you ask me which way to turn, I'm always going to say left. That's the answer.
All right, you go straight and you go left, and at the end of a 30-foot hallway, you see a big, gigantic treasure chest.
Yeah. What's that?
Suspect.
Oh wait, we
Trap.
could use the wand.
Check it.
You want to use the wand?
It's the
Yeah, I
one.
mean, it's only got 3 charges a day, but like, we've gone this far without it, so like.
Treasure
Yeah.
chests in scary places seems like low-level adventurer fodder.
Classic mimic. Yeah, I use the wand.
Okay. You see that hovering around the chest, there seems like to be some illusory magic going on.
Suspect. Can we cast a dispel?
I don't have that ability.
What was the point of all those spell slots we just got back?
I
Heal.
poke it with a fishing rod.
Long stick choice. I like it.
You're gonna poke it with the fishing rod?
Yep.
You do so. The illusion fades, and at this point, you see spikes appear right where the chest was, and then all of a sudden, that wall just rushes towards you guys. I'm gonna need everyone to make dex checks.
X or saves?
Dex checks, because you guys are gonna haul ass out of there.
I believe
So-
I have advantage against that because I'm a barbarian.
Yep, you have danger, son. So you do see it coming.
11.
11,
Hence the long stick. 12.
12.
14, and I'd like to point out I had a head start because of the long stick.
Right. And then what did you roll, Peppers?
17.
All right. Everyone but Copper succeeds. You guys were able to turn the corner just in the nick of time. However, Copper, your tail gets crushed with spikes. Before you pull it out, you take 15 points of damage as this spiked wall just pierces through your
Like that's
tail.
a save if I'm gonna get hit. All right.
Do you want a healing word?
Did you heal me earlier?
I'll give you. I did not, but I will now if you want it.
Heal us both. I have a feeling this is gonna be harder than it looks.
They're just level
Wait,
1.
how many of
every
you
bit
guys
helps.
have damage? I can do 3 people at a time.
All right.
Would my evasion
Yeah.
come into play for that though?
We all have damage.
Evasion is like you fail it and it gets halved, or it gets halved if you succeed.
I
What
get
is that?
no damage if I succeed. I get half if I fail.
Oh, then you'll take half of 15 then.
So that,
Copper, you're fine. You just snapped your tail a little.
I still won't complain about a math healing word though.
We should do that after we progress a little. Let's build
You
up a couple
see-
traps.
And while you're talking, you hear a reset, and you turn and you see that the illusory chest reappears.
Let's
like
not
trap
go
is
for
gonna reset.
anything that's an obvious trap next time.
Yeah. Okay, so the way the left strategy works is we went to the end of that path. It was a dead end. Then we turn around, which is turning left, and then we'll go left again, which is equivalent to turning right at the last checkpoint. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
let's do an insight check to see if Equus is on is on something.
What's your
I-
insight modifier?
I'm gonna open this
I
up.
think it's +8.
Yeah, I don't think he's high on anything. I think that's genuinely how he thinks.
What the fuck?
I think it makes sense. We're eliminating options and reducing the risk of getting lost. It doesn't matter how powerful we are. If we're stuck, we're stuck. So let's just stick with it. We already started with it.
I mean, I could probably commune and see if Saloon has any more advice. Maybe she can get a read on the temple since she's in it now.
I don't know if it's worth asking your god every time we stub our toe. Just my philosophy on gods. Let's overcome this. Follow the druid's plan. Next left path. Or no, we gotta turn right. And then left.
Right. You turn
Turning
right,
left,
and then you go
like,
left.
Turning right. Yeah, I'm drawing.
You
a-
guys continue. You guys continue forward. There is 3 new paths. You guys can either continue straight, go right, or go left.
Go left. We're running into all the bad ones, aren't we? Someone the guys who wrote this book were like, fuck, people want to go left.
Which
that
path
You
do
know
you
what I
choose?
vote, left.
All right, I guess we're going left.
Just because the DM laughed, we're gonna turn around. Come on. What do we see?
You turn left, you keep moving forward, and then the path turns right.
The path turns right.
Yeah, it turns right, and then as you approach like that pathway, you see that there's a door further ahead.
I'm just gonna kick it in.
Can we check for
You kick-
traps first?
You kick it in and make a dexterity saving throw.
I
Jesus.
can instantly start running back a little bit.
You do
Like,
You do not gain danger sense at this point.
14.
14 just barely succeeds. You see a pendulum blade, like you just duck out of the way as soon as you see a pendulum blade, shoots, and then it just gets stuck right into the wall.
All right, this one's a trap. Next, we go back.
You see a room. There is a room there though.
Oh, okay. So there's something behind the door. All right, what's in the room?
You go into the room, and in comparison to the rest of the hallway that you've seen that's just been like recently cleaned up, really well kept, this room is in terrible fucking shape. You just see a bunch of skeletons like laying left and right. Seems like to be hundreds and hundreds of years old, as determined by the metal armor that they're all wearing being rusted out. And in the middle, you do see 5 chests. It seems like 2 have already been opened. Other than that, you do see 3 that are unopened.
So I'm standing in the doorway, and I'm a pretty big guy, so I just kind of look back and I go, "It's empty," and I just close it and turn around.
All right.
Can I do a perception check around him for a second, just to
Make a
validate?
perception check.
Jeez.
Can I do a countering sleight of hand to slam that door?
So I get advantage. So that's 27 on the first roll. Let me see if I crit. Let me see if I
Against
crit. Let me see.
that.
27.
See if you crit. Yeah, you see as Yenvon's closing the door, you see 3 unopened chests and 2 open chests as
What are
soon as
those
he closes the
chests?
door.
You saw all the skeletons.
What are
Kappa.
those chests?
I know your name is Kappa, but think like a golden dragon. Trust me.
First of all, that's the amount of offensive that is. I can't even begin to quantify to you. Second of all, what are in those chests?
I don't know, and I don't plan to find out. You can go look if you like. I'll watch
Tell
from
us
over
that
here.
it's empty.
I say we investigate.
All right. I open the door back up and gesture for them to go in and avoid the trap.
You guys see what I described earlier.
I would like to investigate for trap.
I would like to help with that.
Before we open those chests, let's examine these skeletons, see if we can determine their death. I want to do that.
All right, make a medicine check.
Do I notice any traps?
Oh, 7.
Make a perception check. What's your
Can
roll?
I help with that?
With which check?
The perception one.
Okay. So what's your roll, Mr. Peppers? A 7?
Yeah.
These bones are too old to examine to find out their cause of death.
I rolled a 25 on perception without Copper's help. I took the liberty of assuming his help means advantage, and it's still a 25.
As both of you look around, you don't see any traps specifically in the room. All you see, other than the skeletons and along with the rusty armor, like close to the walls, you just see the 3 unopened chests.
I used the fishing rod to open the chest.
You tried poking at one of the chests. You try to poke at one of the chests, however, nothing seems to happen.
So they're like locked or latched shut. They don't just like lift open with poke.
Mhm.
Is there 2 skeletons? Just out of curiosity.
I'll take the risk.
There is 15 skeletons in this room on each sides of the wall.
I open
Seems
the
like to be
chest
clasping
on
for the
left.
walls.
I open
Yeah,
the
but
chest on the left.
Okay, you open the left unopened was chest. As you try to lift up the chest, it doesn't seem to budge. Taking a closer look, you do see that there is a keyhole in this chest.
I'm no thief, but I'll try picking a lock.
All right, so this would be a dexterity check, and I'm assuming you don't have thieves' tools.
Could I help with that? Could I use my retractable claws to try to like?
You could. So, which of you two has the higher dex?
I have +1 to dex. I also have smith's tools and fishing tools.
Plus
So
4 to
it's
dex.
not a lockpick, but I do have like a metal shim in my smithing tools.
Stepping outside of the room.
Sure.
I'm a mile away.
So you two pick the lock. Both of you make dexterity checks.
Is this a thing?
It's a check. It's just a
14.
straight dex check. 14?
12.
Okay. Both of you just succeed. So you pick the lock. The latch opens. And it seems like the chest could be open now.
What's in it?
You see
open it
3
with-
potions.
I back up.
You see 3 potions. 1 red, 1 green, 1 blue.
Can I identify them?
You can identify them with a nature or arcana check. Which one are you examining?
Red first. I rolled a 28.
It is a potion of greater healing.
Nice.
Green. I rolled an 18.
An 18. I'll get to you on that in the second roll. If you wish to go for the blue one, you could go ahead.
The question is now, do we try to open the other chest?
Dirty 20 for the blue.
Okay, 1 second here.
And yes, I think this is the true loot room. We went past the fake loot room.
Why the dead bodies?
They're pulling at the walls.
You look at the green one. You identify it as a potion of sharpness. And then you look at the blue one and you identify it as a potion of speed.
Yeet.
Hey, can I get that blue potion?
No.
Sure.
You have
Blue
a potion
potion.
of speed now.
What's it do now?
So
That's
if you
fine,
decide to drink it as a bonus action, for one full round, you could double your movement speed as a move action.
Nice.
Like you needed that.
And then
Really
the
good
potion of
spoilers.
sharpness will allow you to give advantage on perception checks for the next hour.
Which I already have, so yeah, no.
I think you should take both of those, Equus. You've done most of the heavy lifting so far. Why don't you try the other chest? I'm curious now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe there's a shinier sword than this one.
Same process. Start with the fishing rod, look for a keyhole, and then pick the lock.
So you don't even need to pick the lock. You see that this chest is completely made out of wood in comparison to the rest of the chests, where the other chests usually have some sort of metal work to work around it, but this one's mainly completely out of wood. As you open it up with set fishing tools, you realize that you hear sounds kind of like insect noises coming out of it.
Shut it.
You close that immediately. It
And that's
wiggles
how they
around
died.
and shakes the chest a bit.
And that was how they died. Let's go.
That's what we call a box full of bees.
The next one.
Yeah, let's go to the next room.
Chest!
Do you need that many bees?
No. That was the only one with bees in it. I got
But there-
bees.
Is there
There's
another
still
chest?
one more chest.
Yeah.
Oh, let's give it a shot. Roll the dice.
You open this chest, and a bunch of spiders come out of it.
Shut the fuck out of it. We're leaving.
And
The
that's all
spiders
she wrote.
luckily do not bite you. All right. So you guys are leaving this room, I presume?
Nah, we're gonna take a fucking spider spy. Yeah, we're leaving.
All right. You guys leave and return to the path. You still have a path that goes left, which was the center path you saw earlier, and you have the path that goes straight, which was the right path you saw earlier.
Center
Left.
path.
Left path.
Well, it's center now, but it was left. It's left now.
Left, not what it was. Center. Yep.
You continue forward. There's a path that goes straight and right.
Straight.
Straight.
You keep continuing straight. There's a path that goes left and right.
Left.
Left.
You turn the path that goes left, and then pivots left again. You do see stairways that go down into what seems like to be a room.
Sure.
Obelisk room, guys. We found it. Maybe.
I think you're being hopeful. But yeah,
I
let's see
am
what
a cleric.
staircase.
I
what
am a
is-
cleric, so I am hopeful.
You're faithful.
Right.
There's a difference. I'm gonna head down.
Alright. You are a barbarian, correct, Yanvon?
I am.
And what's your connection to the divine, if I may ask?
I am my connection to the divine. I am
I
the
see.
last shards of Helm incarnate.
Alright. You and Mr. Peppers get bad demonic vibes as you approach closer to the door.
This could be it, but this also could be death. There's likely demons on the other side. I could just tell you that right now.
Is a demon considered a fiend, you guys?
They're technically
Yes.
different, but they are the same in nature.
So if I do this like 1 minute spell to channel this thing to convert one of them to my
If you
obedient-
get a minute with a demon, you're already dead. But if you find that time, great. Great. I am gonna peek through the keyhole.
You peek through the keyhole, and you see that it is a satanic worshipping room, for the lack of a better term. You see a stone obelisk that would have been not an obelisk, excuse me. You see like a stone table that would have been used for sacrifices. Other than that, you do see a dais for their head that has 3 jars in it. That you can't really discern what's exactly in each jar, or what the jar looks like based on your distance.
Bro,
Like-
if you tell me there are jars in it, I will go in the room.
I turn around and I say, it's clearly a demonic summoning area, human sacrifice. I don't think we have time to go around purifying every demonic spot we see right now. So I say we pass it up. What do you guys think?
All right, I trust your judgment.
Wait,
Thank
are you
you.
saying avoid a fight or just run through?
There doesn't seem to be anything to fight. It just looks like a sacrificial chamber.
Okay.
All right. There weren't any jaws. And he just walks away.
Equus is more like, into toward the room.
I trust your judgment, bro. I'm a little suspicious that you say there weren't any jars in there,
There just
but
weren't.
I trust you.
I take another left.
All right. So you go back to the original starting position,
There's another turn.
which I there was you turn left, and then I say you continued to turn left as there was another path that left
I
that
put a
lead
map
to
in
that
text
demonic
chat.
room.
Literally, I've been following every turn he says. I put a map on text chat.
So yeah, let's take the other path, which is now the left path again.
Man,
Yeah.
these left.
It
paths.
was the right. Now
Shit.
it's the left.
All right.
I
Okay.
smell what he's stepping in now. I mean, it's really easy.
All right. So you guys continue on the path. There's a path that goes left and right.
My guy left.
How many paths are in this place?
It's a maze. I'm already losing my mind in here.
So you go left.
Yes.
Yes, which is basically taking a right if you're looking at the topmost junction in the map.
I have a weird urge I should be flying through this.
Then fly.
You turn left, and you see that at the end of the hallway, there's a staircase that leads downstairs.
All right, is there a door? We'll look through the keyhole again.
Yeah.
You turn and you go down, and once again, as you cross the last remaining steps of the threshold, you just see the path behind you magically disappear. And as you do, you see that face once more lit up, but it's lit with blue flame this time. In comparison to the dungeon above, this one seems to be a lot more dirtier, not well kept. And at the same time, you hear a bunch of echoes of weird, strange noises further down ahead. You can't really discern what these are, but there is a path that continues left and right. So this would be a whole new map, basically.
I think it makes sense to continue descending downwards. The obelisk wouldn't be on the first level. Let's continue down the path and on the new level and continue leftwards. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay with it as long as
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's continue down.
You continue down.
At this point, I kind of shift to the back of the group.
You continue left. In comparison to the top dungeon, this path is a little bit longer. You see broken tiles on the floor. You see webs above you with little tiny spiders. This definitely has true dungeon vibes. As you continue forward, you do see a path that goes left. If you keep going down further, you see a path that goes right. And if you keep going down further of that, there's another path that goes left and right.
All right, left it is.
Closest left or the farthest left?
Closest left. The first left we hit.
I'd say we do the farthest left. The
Well,
last
we can
left.
go out of order. We can just go in this one, then come back out, and then go in the next one.
I mean,
There's a
working
method
so
to this
far,
madness.
So let's
We
do
need to
the
trust it. We need to
I'm
trust the
busy
system.
drawing maps, but what Yemon said was exactly right. We take the first left, and then if it's a dead end, we will go back to that second left.
Unless this dungeon spirals inwards, in which case it's going to take forever. But we're going to do it.
I got a piece of tree bark and a knife, and I am scratching out our path.
I
Okay,
trust it.
first you go the first left. The path then turns left, but you do see something glowing coming from the path if you keep continuing. So you made the left turn, see the path goes forward and then left. It is a blue flame.
I think we're beyond the point of being scared by spooky lights. Should we investigate? I have a feeling that this dungeon might require something of us in order to move forward. rather than just rampant downward spiraling.
Something like what? Like flesh?
I have no idea.
Yeah, like
but
a
it might
flame.
have something to do with blue flame. Let's go take a look.
You go down and venture forth. You do see just like a big blue fire pyre, and you see that this is kind of like a circular dome, and it seems to reflect pictures all around the room. As it does, it seems like there is three. It seems like to be an image of the left one being someone praying to some deity. However, the deity is so crushed and lost to time that you can't discern what kind of deity it is. But you do see like a hand being raised into the fire of the left picture. The center picture is another image. It seems like to be raising two hands this time into the flame. And as you do, you see it seems like to be again worshiping another deity. However, again, the picture of the deity seems to be lost in time. And then the rightmost picture, similar to the first. However, this one looks like the most dice. This one seems like to be the most decrepit. Whereas you just see instead of like what seems like to be pictures of clearly humanoid races, it seems to be a picture of skeletons. But that is really all you see.
I am no genius. This is beyond my
Can I
understanding.
do a religious? Well, this seems to have some sort of religious connotation.
You can make a religion check if you wish.
I don't know if it'll do anything, but it's worth a shot.
While they're studying the
17.
important thing, I'm going to just perception and just look around.
Okay, make a perception check. 19, you said?
17.
17. This you've recognized. You try to recall any fire deities, but the one that stands out is to be the one of the internal blue flame. One religion where basically the all-seeing flame knows exactly images of the future, it seems like. And for the most part, based on stories that you recall, that the prediction of whatever the blue flame seems to be true. It seems to be pretty accurate for the most part. But you do know whether that's just true, something that's genuinely true, or just pure coincidence. You aren't too sure whether it's genuine truth or not.
I noticed the far left image is of the people praying, and the far right image is of the skeletons. I think we're onto something with this whole left thing. You see it. And I rolled an 18 on perception.
Other than like the clear murals that you see depicting of whatever image this is, you look closer to the blue flame, and you look closer, and you're like, is that something in the blue flame? And
There's
you
something
see
in
that
this blue flame.
and you see that it is some sort of key in it.
I'm going to trust in the process, and I'm going to go to take the key.
You go to take the key. Strangely enough, because you are divine, and whatever remnants of a god itself, it doesn't seem to harm you when you pick up the key and put your hand into the flame. However, when you do pull out the key glows this bright color similar to the flame, but then the flame is put out.
I just kind of show them the key, and I say, I told you. And I'm going to put it in my pocket.
You have a key, glowing blue key. You can add that to your inventory, what have you.
Yep.
Well, that's something we need, most likely.
I think we should move on. I think that the imagery is the guide, and we should go to the next left path.
Follow the blue light, because it's to the deity of the one true blue flame.
And the blue light has not led us astray so far. I completely agree. Let's continue.
All right. You continue out into the main hall. Again, you see the path that goes straight, that turns left and right, and then the path closer to you turns right.
Let's go down the left path. The second one that Copper mentioned.
You go straight, you go left. You see the path continues to turn left, and when you look down, you see what could have been a room. However, it's just debris falling into a never-ending abyss.
Okay, we go back and we continue straight, or left in this case.
The path you continue goes straight. You see further ahead a path that goes right. If you look further, you see another path that goes right. So it's two right paths, So there's one closer, then one further away.
Further away one would be the next left.
Yes, the next left. Follow the left.
We're
You
staying
go
on this
further-
wall. We're staying on the left wall. We're following.
Just put our hand on it and never leave it. Illusion magic has no hold on me.
All right, you continue onward, and as you continue, quote unquote, left, you do see the path leads straight, left, and right. The straight path leads into a door. You see the left path further ahead. That seems to go down a staircase and continues onward. And when you turn right, there is a path that leads left and right.
The first left is the stairwell, right?
Yes.
If we're on the mindset of going downwards, maybe that key was what we needed to continue. Let's go down left.
Is that what everyone wants to do?
Left. We're keeping
Yeah.
our hand on that wall. I'm telling
Yeah,
you. It's staying there.
it's done right by us so far.
You continue
Gotten
forward, and the path turns right. And as you continue forward, the path turns left. And as you go look down, you see that there's a stairway that goes down. However, it has a door with 3 keys. Holes, excuse me.
All right, so we need 2 more keys to continue. So let's go back out and continue left. I mean straight, which is left. God, I'm losing my mind. Let me see that map.
1 second, I'm working on it. We just made a lot of friends in a short amount of time.
But, like, I'm literally lost, but I just know that we're good.
Yeah,
This is holding the party together.
I am. No, this is not my thing. This is.
All right. You go back up, you turn right, you turn left. There's a path that turns left that turns to the door, and there's a path that continues right that turns left and right.
What?
Left.
So you go back up the stairs,
I will
then
put
you
it on
turn
that.
right.
Give me 2 minutes.
then so you go back up the stairs from the door with the keyholes. You turn right because that's the only pathway. And then you continue onward. You turn left, which is the only pathway. And then you're back to that crossroads you once were at. You know, if you continue forward and left, it leads into another room. And then there's a path that continues right that turns left and right.
So
The next left. Whatever that is.
Yeah. Then we
Yeah, we're going to the next left. So from the door we're at, we're going up the stairs, turn right, turn left, turn left. There's a door. That's the same as going straight at the last 4-way intersection we were at.
Oh, is this
Everything he's saying is making sense. Give me a second and I'll put out a map.
He's
Is
a
this-
Zach was
laser
saying that
engineer,
there
sense
was
guys.
to who?
Is
He's a laser
this the
engineer.
place
Let him
where
do
there was
it.
2 rights and we took the further left?
See, when you said that we needed a map, we'll do thing of mine. I had no idea it was going to be a maze.
Well, I'm just glad Equus is drawing us a battle.
Yeah, exactly.
He's definitely taking on the brunt of the labor here.
All right, but you are at the crossroads,
It's up.
which you see. It's up, fuck! Stop leaving me alone. All right, but you clearly are at a crossroads. The path that you went right on is, yeah. So let's follow the map. There you
In
go.
the top left, that 4-way intersection. That's where we're at right now. And if we take another left, we'll go to that door in the north.
So we need to go straight and left.
So, question: when we go back to the very beginning part where we found that first face, would we be taking just rights then?
Let's not worry about that at all.
All right, so you're going left towards the door or left towards the path?
Towards the second one, because we've been down that door, right?
Oh, there are 2 doors. We're going left towards the door that faces north, not the door that faces east, which we already visited, or door that faces west.
All right, Equus. So what do you think?
I'll update an annotated version of the map with where we are and where we're going.
All right, so we're taking the left at the door, right? I shouldn't say right to confirm things.
All
All
right,
right, yeah.
you go. You guys.
I guess
You
I'm
guys
just
open.
following the party because I have no idea what's happening. I know you're on the map being made, but I'm not sure where we are in those maps. So it's like, okay,
Trust Equus's process.
I'm trusting
Alright.
it process.
So you're
Process,
opening the door.
peeking through the keyhole. We should.
You peek it through the keyhole. You see 3 pyres of blue flame. However, the pyres are in a constant moving motion. You can't see the rest of the room, though.
There's moving blue flame.
Blue flame,
Flame
good.
is where we're supposed to go, right?
Blue flame, good. Go.
I'm not going first.
I'll go.
I'll
I
go
walk
step
in.
first. Yeah.
You open the door. You see the 3 floating pyres of blue flame, and they're just kind of in this weird, they're kind of moving on its own. It's maintaining in this room, but it's constantly moving. Other than that, you do see 1 second here, pulling up my notes. Other than that, you do see like it moves, goes into a pattern, stops, the blue flame goes off, and then it turns back on, and then it goes into a different pattern, and then it goes off. And then it goes into the 3rd pattern, and then it goes off. And then it turns on and continues and starts the 1st pattern, seemingly to go in a cycle of patterns.
So 3 patterns. It seems to be we're playing in a game of 3s.
3 lights, 3 patterns.
3 keys. What do we do with these patterns to satisfy what needs to be done here?
Other than that, it just looks like a plain Jane old room.
I'm going to use perception.
You make a perception check.
That would be a 24.
You see that something is odd with the floor in comparison to everything else. As like these fires is floating and going around, usually you would see flame reflect off the surface of the walls and the floor. However, you see parts of the floor not being reflective whatsoever. So you get the feeling that the floor is trapped in some way.
Pressure plates.
Could I just run along the walls?
Do you wish to do so?
I mean, can I check the walls to see if there's any pressure plates there before I go?
Make a perception check.
Thank you.
I'm going to mark it with whatever I have, blood or the otherwise. I'm sure Equus has something colorful we can put on the pressure plates to notate
5.
them.
5?
25.
25. You look at the walls doesn't seem to have the same effect as on the floor.
Does the ceiling have the same effect?
It has the same effect in
As the floor.
comparison as the floor. No, it's the
Alright.
same thing as the walls.
I'm going to look for pressure plates that, because this might be a positive thing. Not all these might be traps. Can we use the wand of detect traps to figure out which ones are traps? And then if whatever pressure plates left, I assume 3 of them, we stand on them. It might have to do with when these lights go out. So is there a specific spot where they stop and go out for each cycle?
They stop dead center in the room in a straight line right next to each other before it goes out, and then it turns back on.
And then
before
goes
doing
to the
another
next
pattern. Yep.
Yeah. Can we use the wand of secrets, Equus?
Let's do it.
You use the wand of secrets. This is your 2nd charge. You have 1 more left. You see that the floor itself, most of it seems like to go to a bottomless pit. However, with the exception of the first 3 tiles you see in the floor, and then it goes straight into a circular formation around the stopping point of where these 3 pyres stop before resetting their patterns. And then eventually you see it go straight down towards the middle, towards where these pyres where basically you would possibly meet these pyres.
I think there only need to be 3 to satisfy this riddle, and you 3 are all close to flying. I think I should stay out of this one. Agreed?
Copper's going to essentially run along the ceiling until he's on top of one of those points and then drop on him.
You do so with the greatest of ease because you have a high dex mod and what have you, and you could just generally do that with the walls with your abilities, no problem.
I am putting all of my mental energy into this map, so I'm just doing what you guys tell me in this room. I trust that you guys are putting effort into understanding how the game works. What do I need to do? I'll do it.
Stand in one of the 3 spots
I
that were
stand in
mentioned.
one of the 3 spots.
You fly, you stand on one of the 3 spots. Copper's in another one of those spots.
Peppers?
Fly over to the spot and I guess I'll stand on it, but ready to fly.
You do so. As you 3 are standing in the spots, you see all the 3 pyres go down. And then usually they would stop flickering and turn back on. However, they remain on. And then all 3 of them kind of converge together into one singular pyre. And the middle one closest to Equus lights up. And you see a key forming, pieces of a key forming. And as it does, you see another blue flame key in the fire.
Ryan Peppers should take it. He's the closest to divinity in the room.
Okay, I fly over to it. Try to grab it, I guess.
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage, because you are a cleric.
Wisdom saving throw.
It's command word fall.
15's the first one, and 11's the 15.
15, you succeed. You grab it, and you get this horrible image of a blue flame, and then in it, an eye opens up, and you just see the massive horrors of the blue flame cult emerge, just burning everything to the ground. At one point, almost building all the Baldur's Gate, before you eventually come to your senses. You're like, whoa, that was some crazy stuff. It seems like you've just seen some history of the blue flame cult in just a matter of seconds. But you do have a blue flame key, though.
This deity
Next
is not
left.
a good deity at all.
Yeah, most
goes
good
back to
deities
Boulder
don't build
Gate times.
dungeons. Yeah, most of the good guys don't have dungeons, they have temples. So let's continue down the left path and not linger. Not give them a reason to disdain us. Next left!
All right. You continue forward. There's a path that goes left and right. The path left goes further down, that turns left, but then there's another path that goes further down that goes left and right. If you turn right, you see another door.
What's on the left?
The left,
It's literally a
further
door right
down,
here.
path left, further down, path left and right.
We'll hit up the right just this one time because we know where we are. Just this one time to satisfy your urges.
It's literally a door.
I'm gonna go up to the door, but expecting a scythe to come swinging down and cut me in half.
All right. You go to the door, your divine senses kick in, and you sense some specters in the room further ahead.
There are specters.
I mean, do you just want to
The
not
keyhole.
engage? I just
I
Go
could
see.
I could do with a fight.
Peek through the keyhole, see if there's any blue flame in the room.
I peek.
You peek, and you see blue ghostly figures of what seems like to be adventurers playing cards.
I see adventurers playing cards and a bunch of specters around them. They could be cursed, or potentially it is an illusion.
I think they're ghosts. Let's go in.
I just open the door and say, "Hey, can we join you for a game of cards?"
I do not play.
They turn to you. They're like, they look at you up and down. They're like, we're kind of in the middle of a game here. Seems to be pretty disrespectful. What the hell do you want?
Just checking out this cool dungeon. You guys just like to chill in dungeons and play cards?
Well, yeah, we're stuck here forever. There's not much to do.
You want to come with us? We're gods.
We cannot leave this room.
Any tips?
Don't fully trust the blue flame.
That's a good tip. Do you
You
want
guys have
anything?
a
Can I
key?
do anything for you? But we have blessings that perhaps can liberate you.
Nah,
Yeah, that's right.
our souls are damned here forever, man. We tried all different types of ways. We
Well,
have
there's
3
nothing.
clerics that died here.
I understand. You know,
That's-
sometimes there's just
that's
nothing that can be
comforting.
done.
Do you guys have a blue key by chance?
No? Do you?
No.
No.
Deception checks.
Since he has more charisma, I'm just gonna aid him in his check.
16.
Wow.
I get
I
advantage.
jump in and
Yeah, roll the
I
advantage.
apologize for my friends here. They heard a rumor before we came that a great treasure awaited those who had 3 blue flame keys in this location. As you know, this is a well-renowned adventurer's realm. I'm sure you've met your fair share of adventurers. I don't gotta tell you that. But no, my friends here had simply heard some rumors, and I told them that's one of those things you're not supposed to say when you go here. Like, you don't ask for a black and tan in Ireland. I told them that. Told them not to ask, but here they are. So
They don't seem to mind. They were honest.
One of them says, which seems to be like a former rogue, but you see like he's happy go, like he's like, "Oh yeah, the key's further," and then he evaporates. And then they're like, "Sorry, we can't help you if that happens."
Well, it looks like there's room at your table now. I'm just kidding.
Well, if you die here, there'll probably be room for this table for you.
I appreciate that. At least I know I'll have an entertaining afterlife. Well, we'll see you, Jensen. If there's ever a chance in our future we can rid you of your curse, we'll try.
I mean, if you're able to try, cool, but we've been stuck here for hundreds of years, man.
We just talked to 2 gods earlier. We might be able to work something out for you. So
Yeah,
we'll let
okay,
you know.
yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
alright.
All right, guy. I close the
Another
door.
question for you.
Nah, you close the door. They don't seem to.
Fuck those guys.
You'll fight. Would you like to go fight them?
Opportunity. Oh no! Can we open the door? I open the door again. I'm like, hey, by the way.
What more do you want? We're in the middle of a game here.
Last question. Have you seen an obelisk around in this dungeon?
That's the whole reason why we tried to came down here, and he evaporates.
Well, there's room for 2 of us now. Okay, close the door.
All right. So you turn around. You see the path straight ahead. Again, you see the path that goes straight and left. You see the path further ahead that goes left and right.
left, straight and left.
Left.
Yeah, well,
I sent
Left.
the latest map. That's enough.
First left or second left?
First left.
Ghosts playing cards.
You turn left, and then the path goes right, which then you go down left from that path. That leads a path that goes right and straight.
Now I feel like you're trying to fuck with me. You
I'm
go
not.
left, and there's a path that goes.
Okay, so going back from the ghost room, you go further ahead, you take the first left. You go straight down. You then make a right. You go straight down. You then make a left. You go straight down. There's a path that leads right, there's a path that goes straight, and there's a path that goes left. Y'all caught up?
I just know we're
Yeah,
taking the
I'm
next
drawing.
left that we were going
Left.
to take.
So which way? Left, right, straight?
I put my hand back on the wall that I had my hand on, and I go to the first left that comes up.
yeah, just
You-
left.
You turn left. You go straight. It's a dead end.
Pull that wall back. Go to the next left.
Can Copper
leads
check
toward-
the wall?
Say again?
Can Copper check the wall?
4.
Copper wants to see how strong the wall is. He wants to see if it's hollow or if it's
You
solid.
punch it. You punch it. You break some tiles down. It seems to be sturdy wall.
Anybody have that potion of strength or something?
I gave up that, so yeah, I'm gonna hand it to him. I'm gonna try and help him in his task.
You want to try to break the wall down?
So, like you said, how sturdy is it? Like, is it solid, or can I see through that tile I broke?
You get the general idea that this is hard, sturdy wall, but you're probably gonna need a bunch of strength in order to try to break it.
I cracked my knuckles. You seem enthusiastic about this wall punching idea.
I mean,
You guys were itching for a fight.
It's not the fight I would prefer, but it is a wall.
do you think we need this potion for something else lit down the road?
Probably.
Not my call. I'm not gonna use it. So
Fine, we just walk back then. Whatever.
Okay. You walk back. You are at the path before you turn. Hold on. There we go. That Discord was messing up a bit. All right. Going back to the path you once were.
We take
You
the
look
next
left.
which is the same as going straight when we first came to that intersection.
Yes, thank you. It leads into a room, and it's glowing behind it.
we were told not to trust the blue flame, but we have no other leads, so I'm gonna look in the keyhole.
You look in the keyhole. There is. Reading notes here. Okay. You see that this room seems like to be a church room of sorts. You see a pathway, some seats to the right, and then the pathway continuing to a stone dais. And you see the emblem of the eternal flame with a flame emblem with an eye in the middle. And as you do, you see what basically is stained glass windows of the blue flame itself, along with some warriors as images of the stained glass. But you see that there's nothing reflecting upon these stained glass. You can barely, you know, it's a warrior of some sort, but it's barely like visible for you to see. And right next to the stone dais, you see two pyres that are not lit.
Should we light them simultaneously?
It seems almost too easy, like a trick. Do I sense any malevolent energies?
Make a what check would be considered a vibe check here?
I would think it'd be like perception, because it's like I perceive threat and danger through like their divine aura.
Sure, I'll give you that. Make a perception check
That's
or a
7.
vibe check. There is. You are in a church, but you don't sense any malevolent areas at all.
Church now? What? What?
There's stained glass windows. It's pretty commonplace.
Okay. Can I do a religious check here to see if I can discern any of this information?
As far as what the imagery,
Yeah, understand what we're supposed to do here with like what they're trying to symbolize.
you could either make a religion or an intelligence check.
What's
I'll
an
make a
intelligence
religion check.
No, I'll do a religion.
Okay.
21.
You get the sense that you're supposed to light the pyres to show the imagery of sorts. What happens after that, you aren't too sure.
All right.
Guys, from my religious background tells me that we're probably and reading these kind of depicting things, we're supposed to light these.
Well, you're the priest, so you should probably do it.
I'm gonna ready an attack action.
I'm gonna
Okay.
step back.
Opposite, like, can I light both of them at the same time? Simultaneously?
You can, if you wish. How are you lighting them up?
Torches. Using the blue flame from the left. Just don't light them with regular fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the blue flame.
All right. You light up both of these pyres with your torches. Obviously, you could just light them up through magical means. You do so, and as soon as the pyres light up to this blue flame, you see imagery of what seems like to be a knight, being what looks like baptized in the flame. You then see a third image in the middle, where you see the left image shows a knight being like seems like to be burned in a blue flame. Then you see the middle one, where you see the knight glowing with blue flame eyes, just basically attacking monsters, and it shows images of this knight fighting left and right monsters, people, other knights of other religions, and then on the right you see a knight being slain by what seems like to be some godly deity. What deity it is, you're not too sure unless you try to make a religious check. However, before you make the check, Yenvan, you do recognize the right one being Helm that killed what seems like to be this Knight of Flame. And while this is all going on, you see the stone dais behind you move. And you just see what seems like to be a full suit of armor clutching a blade and wearing around it seeming like to be the third blue key.
I immediately, knowing my role, I know what Helm desires me to do. I know what I desire to do. I'm gonna attack.
As you try to attack, go ahead and just roll damage for me. You're realizing this thing about the religion. So what did you roll in your religion check, Mr. Peppers?
I'm about to. Ooh, not so good on this one. 5.
5.
19.
You have no idea what this knight is. 19. Damage total.
Yeah.
Would you like to add anything to the damage?
No, I'm not raging or anything. I would have had to use a bonus action, which I can't do.
Okay. At this point, I would like everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh, fuck. We gotta steal the key, guys.
10.
1.
10. 21.
Well, I am last, so I'm 3.
17.
Nice.
Yeah, cleric's on the low.
You rolled a 21 copper?
Yes.
Okay. And then... Yenvan, what'd you roll?
10.
And then Mr. Peppers, what'd you roll?
3.
3. Okay. Let me roll for this night. Wow, the music suits the mood.
Does.
Some
Let me
reason I
change the
can't
music.
hear it. I don't understand.
That's weird.
It's
All
like
right.
it's permanently deafened, but I don't have it deafened.
So, as you make this attack, the animated suit of armor comes to life. A blue flame erupts from the coffin, and as you guys turn around, you see, as the dust settles, you see this knight pop out, just like getting out of bed, basically vibes, and pulls out a blue flame sword. And as it does, it looks around and points at you, Yenvan, as you guys are going to go 1-on-1. Well, 4-on-1 on this Death Knight when we come back from break.
All right.
So we'll be in break and we'll see what happens next. See you guys in a few.
Nice.
Good.
Dope.
Gotta pee anyway.
Me too.
I gotta fill up on my water.
Yeah, go in that mouth hole that you got behind you. Climb through that bitch! Oh, he disappeared. That's funny.
And welcome back. Hope you're ready for some combat with a 4v1 against a Death Knight. We've already rolled initiative. Let's do this. So this should go into queue. Alright, first on initiative. You see this Death Knight peer out from its grave and points his sword at you. Yadvan says, You are the last remnants of Helm. I shall reclaim my revenge. But first, you get to act first, Copper. What would you like to do?
He's fully armored, correct?
He is covered in plates.
Okay. So claws out. I am attacking him multiple times.
Okay.
I got nothing else.
Come at me, bro. Alright, come at me, bro.
Oh, and that one on the first one.
Okay, good job.
Thank you. Oh, jeez. 15 on the second one.
That doesn't hit.
Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna do Flurry of Blows. That's
Sure.
a key point. And I'm gonna use my first attack for my acid attack, hopefully trying to melt off that armor. So he has to make a Dex 15 save.
It fails.
Alright. He takes 2d10.
Okay,
So 14 damage.
nice.
And I'm going to try to attack the last time.
Alright,
Perfect. 25 to hit.
that hits.
Alright, I'm going to spend one more key point for Stunning Strike. So he has to make a Con 16 save.
I'm assuming a 26 will succeed.
Yeah, that'll succeed. But he still
So
takes
you do
10 damage.
Okay, that's still good. So you're doing all these attacks. The first two just doesn't face him whatsoever. The second acid breath hits, he goes, but you see he's not like emotionally reacting. He just covers his eyes and like looks back. You see the acid. You see that the burning image is like on its armor, but it doesn't seem to like corrode the armor in any way. And you try to do a cheap shot, which it actually felt goes, but it seems to have no emotion to reacting to physical attacks.
Then I just back up then.
Alright, so you back up. He will spend a legendary action to move closer to you, Yanvan, and at this point he is in your grill. But first, Equus gets to act. What would you like to do? But he is in your face at this point, Yanvan.
I'm gonna try a charm person on him. I don't know how well it will go. The DC 14.
14, what type of save?
With the
Wisdom. He will succeed with a 23. You try to charm him, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on him whatsoever.
damn, fuck you. Who I'm feeling?
No. I'm about to take it. But I'm getting hit. I'm gonna be.
Okay, I can't ready a bonus action. I'll just
Nope.
back off and feel pretty useless. this thing.
The knight will look towards you, Equus, and he says, "You stay out of this." He'll burn 2 legendary actions to hurl flame. You see a ball of blue flame in his hands, and then he tosses it at you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Alright, you succeed. You will take half of it. As the flame explodes, you just manage to dodge out of the way. You will only take, as I do math, you will only take 12 fire damage and 12 necrotic damage, a total of 24 damage.
All right, I'm gonna shout out, hey, you know, there's a lot of flammable stuff in here.
And as it does, it explodes, and you see whatever like carpentries or curtains would be around you. They are starting to be cast into this blue flame. And now it's the knight's go. He gets all of his legendary actions back, and he'll make 3 attacks against you. Again, Von. First attack. A 26.
That hits.
Second attack. 24.
That hits.
Third attack. 23.
That hits.
Alright, he will use 2 hands. They'll deal a grand total of 30 slashing and 30 fire damage. As he just carves you up into this blue flame and slices at you. It feels like it's actually affecting your divinity in some way too. And he'll then say, "You shall die where I once lay help." And it is your move.
He extends his hand, and his blade is just crossed with him, and he says, "What you failed to do in life, you will not achieve in death." And he raises his sword, and he rages, and I just start beating the piss out of him.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, that's a 28 to hit.
That hits.
And that's an 18 to hit.
18 does not hit.
Okay, I'm one-handing it, or two-handing this shit.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't do any of my extra damage. Hold on, when I click this one, it does it.
How much slashing does it do first?
So it does 10 slashing
Okay.
and 6 fire.
It does not take any of the fire damage.
And it takes 7 radiant.
Okay.
And I don't think there's much else I could do but run like a little bitch, so I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Alright, he blocks the first attack and then you carve him with the second. The actual sword strike hits him hard, but the actual flame has no effect on him. He will burn a legendary action to make 1 attack against you. A 20 will definitely hit you. He's gonna hit you with
20
one-handed.
doesn't hit me.
I said he rolled a 20. Hold on, I'm making sure I'm doing enough, right? Because he is one-handed, so that changes things. 17 on the dice plus 6.
Yeah, it hits me.
You will take 7 slashing, reduced to half to 3, and then you'll take 10 fire damage.
I am looking really fucked up. Like
Mr.
140.
Peppers, Yenvan is getting fucked up by this Death Knight. What do you do?
Is it my turn? Like, action my turn?
Yep.
Yep. Well, right now I want him to disengage from us, which is the ideal thing. So I'm gonna try to turn undead him, but also
Okay,
with the embodiment of law, I believe. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? There it is. I'm turning undead him, and I'm also channeling my divinity at the same time. So it causes the turn undead to like basically kill undead, and if he survives, it's
Is there a CR cap to it?
yes. I gotta find it.
He's a CR 17, so I don't think it will kill him, but I still have to roll for turn undead. But I will tell you now, he is a martial undead, so he will have advantage on this.
That means
Because this is it means he's a top tier zombie, so he's not easily to go down.
Better spent healing, no?
So what type of save is this? Is this a wisdom save?
an undead feature that instantly destroys the challenge at below a certain threshold, as shown destroys.
So what type of save is this? A wisdom?
That's not what I'm looking for. I'm sorry. It's hard to find this thing for some reason.
Should be one of the first lines of text.
As an action, you present your holy symbol and speaking a prayer to the undead. You can see in here within 30 feet. You must make a wisdom saving throw, which I'm
Wisdom save.
looking for
Okay.
that, but I can't find my turn undead thing.
It would be the same as your DC, basically, for your spellcasting mod. But I think a 27 will beat it. So he will succeed. He turns to you with his glowing blue eyes, just staring at you viciously.
When he does that, I'm gonna also invoke the embodiment of the law or whatever, and because I didn't use a leveled spell, I can use a leveled spell at this point and heal my party.
Sure, go ahead.
That's where it's at.
Trying to find the right one. Hold on.
Would have been funny if you kind of just snapped your finger and he just fucking exploded. Just pop, like Thanos him.
So that's like a Final Fantasy hack where you just use like Phoenix down on an undead boss to instantly kill it.
I'm going to use one of my aids, and as you know, I hold my arm with dangling strings and I wave it around and it turns blue. They fly off in different directions. One hits you, obviously, because you're fucked up, right? Fate. And
Yes.
then Copper, you said you needed one too?
I mean, I could use health, yeah.
You get hit with one, and Equus, are you damaged?
You get hit with a fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get one too, and each
How
receive
much?
20 healing back, and if it goes past your thing, you get to add temporary HP, depending on what is left.
Temporary or add to our max?
No,
It goes in
it
temporary.
heals you all the way for 20 HP, but if you hit the 20 HP in the meantime, like in the middle of it, the rest of it goes to a temporary HP.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you. That almost entirely undoes the fireball I just got.
Sweet.
Alright. Is that your turn?
And then I should have. Is that counted as? Yeah, never mind. That's a bonus action.
You got
Yeah,
movement left.
that's all I can do.
The Death Eye will turn to Sarah Atlee. I'll deal with you later. For now, to the plane of flame you go. Make a charisma saving throw for me, as he'll burn 2 legendary actions to try banishment on you. Yep.
Fuck. 12.
Doesn't succeed. You see Mr. Peppers banished away. Mr. Peppers, now there's just fire all around you at this point, and it's looking to burn you to near death. At this point, you see the flame in his hands concentrating. Now he's concentrating on a spell, it looks like, but at the moment, Mr. Peppers is no longer in this fight, and it's just burning in the flame of fire, and we'll get to you on that on the next turn. But for now, Copper, it is your move. You see him just banish away one of your friends. You see him fucking up Yunvan. You see him toss a fireball earlier to Equus. What do you do?
Man, this is. What can I do? Am I right? I'm gonna.
Well, welcome to level 10 enemies, boys.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm
he's
You're
gonna.
a monk.
concentrating. He's
You're a monk.
concentrating.
You know what you gotta do.
I'm gonna use these hands.
Use some of these hands and keys.
Could I flank him if he's still getting the down?
Sure.
Would that give me advantage?
That'll give you a +1 to your attack roll, basically.
Not 20 anyway. So.
Hey, look at that.
That's a nat. So that is 10 plus a d6. Oh, so 15 damage on that one.
Okay, so I gotta roll for concentration for half that. He succeeds.
All right. Attack again.
How much damage was that? I'm sorry.
15.
15? Okay.
Second attack was a 12, so that does not hit. I'm gonna do flurry of blows again. I'm gonna use the first attack and flurry of blows for enervating breath. So he has to make a con save.
Or
He's incapacitated. So DC 15.
con?
Yes.
Is this breath magical?
No.
Okay, so it's just straight roll. Plus con 18.
Okay, so he just saves. All right, so last attack. That was a nat one, so nothing.
So you punch him really hard, and it knocks him back a bit. He'll have a -2 to all d20 rolls. Then your other punch, you do another punch. It glances off his armor. You try to do the breath. It has no effect. You try to do a kick, but he just feels absolutely nothing towards your attacks. Equus, it is your turn before the knights go.
All right, I'm gonna cast a level 5 Ice Knife.
All right. It will have advantage because it is magic resistant. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
13 to hit, but hit or miss, the target takes 66 cold damage.
Yep. And it failed on that department, unfortunately. It rolled a 6 and a 7. And that's with advantage, too, so. Go ahead and roll your ice damage.
All right. 1 second. I'll put ice.
Are we within the radius of the explosion? Because we're melee.
You are Yenvan.
Only
I was,
a
yeah.
radius.
Well, we'll say you can move and throw in a way where it doesn't affect him, for sure.
Creesh.
2 6s in a row.
Nice.
$24 damage.
It takes double that.
Hell yeah. And then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery, which is a cantrip, not a level spell.
Yep. Alright. The initial beep
Yep.
doesn't initially hit, but if it looks down, you see its blue eyes widen, and then as it covers itself, it goes, ah! So it has to basically roll a nat 20,
And then it makes a wisdom.
which it does not. Mr. Peppers, you feel like you're about to get cooked, but all of a sudden you're back to where you once were.
Did
Yes, make a wisdom save,
or
right?
something?
Yeah, for Vicious Mockery, it has to make a wisdom save, then it takes damage.
How dare you?
It's 24 to succeed.
It succeeds.
Alright. The knight's turn. It gets all of its legendary actions back. You're dead last in initiative.
Oh, I thought. Never mind. My bad.
So it gets all of its legendary actions back. And he says, if I am going to die here once more, I shall kill you first. And he's going to come at you with full rage and intensity, Yenvan. So, 3 attacks with 2 hands. First one's going to be a miss. Second attack is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Third attack. Dirty 20 to hit.
Nope.
Alright. So, you block the first one. You get hit with the second attack. And then you block the third one. You would have taken 10 points of slashing, reduce that to 5. And then you take the full 10 fire damage.
I'm sorry.
It is
can you
now
repeat
your-
that? Can you repeat those damages?
5 piercing and 10 fire.
That's not
Your
bad.
total of 15. Alright.
Okay.
It is your move.
As a bonus action, I'm going to use my newest ability, Zell's Presence. Everyone of my allies gain advantage on all their attacks and saving throws until the start of my next turn. And I just look him dead in the eyes and I say, have you ever heard of a murder circle? And I just start fucking swinging on him.
Make your attack roll.
Yes.
25 to hit for the first one.
He will parry that to add 6 to his AC to make it a 26 as a reaction.
And the second one was a 16.
Doesn't hit. He parries the first one. You try to go for the second one. He blocks. He says, murder circle. I am the circle.
Alright, that's my turn.
Cool. He'll use a legendary action now to make a... see what he'll do.
Yanban's looking fucked up, by the way.
I gotta look up the spell. 1 second. Because this is a spell I haven't seen in quite some time. Patience audience. All right. So he will light up his flame blade. He will do a destructive wave spell. You see his blade glow this bright blue color, and he turns it, and then he just slams it to the ground. As it does, every creature within 30 feet must make Constitution saving throw.
Remember, guys, you have advantage.
He'll burn 2 legendary actions for that.
27.
You succeed.
9.
14.
Okay.
14 as well.
All right. So everyone but Yenvon fails. So let me roll 5d6 here. Not too much. 13 points of fire damage. Half that for you, Yenvon. If you're on the ground, you are now prone. Mr. Peppers, I need you to make a concentration check to maintain air flight. You must beat basically a 6.
Flying.
Yeah, but it's a wave, so it's like...
Oh, okay. A Constitution.
Yeah, it's basically a Constitution saving throw.
18.
You maintain flight, but everyone else is prone, and then he pulls his sword out of the ground and is looking at you with murderous intent, Yenvon. But Mr. Peppers, it is your turn. What would you like to do? See that he is bloodied at this point also. I forgot to mention that.
Okay. I am gonna use a... Wait, can I use a 5th level?
5th level spells must be nice.
I'm gonna use a 5th level.
Okay.
Basically, I make a crescent moon at him, and I slash my hand at it, and sending like a blue wave.
Okay.
17. Oh wait, don't I get? It's not your turn yet. Don't I get an advantage on hits?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So what spell is this?
19. Does that hit?
What spell is this?
Guided bolt.
Okay. 5th level guiding bolt. 19, you said? Just hits him.
Okay. 29 radiant damage.
Ooh. All right. 29 radiant damage. He goes, oh! All right. You deal some massive damage to him.
And then I'm going to use another embodiment of law and force him to do a dex save on a sacred flame. And I send a wave of moon, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. All right. I'm assuming this is a magical effect, I presume, right?
It's radiant sacred flame.
The thing you're talking about for the dex save.
It's magical.
Yeah, it's sacred flame. It's a dex save.
All right.
And it's radiant. It's not magical. It's radiant.
He just.
I don't know. That's not what you're talking about. Just
You're
continue.
good.
A 21.
I failed on that attempt.
That's cool, man. Alrighty. Anything else you would like to do?
I don't think there is a whole lot I can do, but let me check real quick. Bonus actions.
You used your action and your bonus action.
I did. No, I didn't use my bonus action. Oh yeah, it turns it into a bonus action. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Never mind.
Anything else?
That's all I can do.
The knight surveys the battlefield as I look at the stat block. Can't really do anything else. So he's gonna use his action to make a melee attack against Yenvon.
I was hoping that would kill him, but it didn't.
A 20 hit.
Nope.
Okay, you
You
block
roll
it.
out of the way. You're like, bitch.
Copper, you're laying down on the ground. What do you do?
As a drunken fist monk, it only takes me 5 feet to get up, so I'm just gonna
Yep.
kip up. I'm using my bonus action for acid fist to add d8s of acid damage since I have advantage on these bad boys, and I'm gonna go straight for his face.
All right.
Too bad your
Take your
thing doesn't
attacks.
work for dex saves.
1 second. Let me just make sure I take the breath weapon. There it is. All right. 2 attacks with advantage. Dirty 20 to hit on the first one.
Hits.
All right, so I'll roll the acid damage first. So that's 6 acid damage plus 5 physical.
Okay.
And the second attack, 19 to hit.
Just hits him, so he'll take half damage on this.
All right, so 7 physical and 2 acid. Dang it.
So what's the total?
7 physical, 2 acid, so 9 total.
9. Okay. All right. He's looking like he's on his couple last legs here, as his form is barely keeping up.
That's all I
Equus,
can do.
you're up. What would you like to do?
All right, I'm gonna start by casting Tidal Wave on this guy.
What the fuck? Sure.
It's a level 3 spell that cannot be heightened. So he makes a dex save, DC 16.
He rolled a natural 1 and a 5, so he will fail. So what happens, Equus?
He takes 4d8 and is knocked prone.
He is knocked prone as you conjure a tidal wave from a little bit of water from your
Yeah.
pouch.
And it's 16 damage.
He'll double that.
Hey, bitch!
Hell yeah. And then, as a bonus action, who's next? Yenvan? Yeah, I'm
He's
gonna give you
he's
bardic
looking closer to death.
So you can on a d20 roll expend that to add I think a d6 to your roll. So give Yenvan the bardic inspiration, knock him prone with my tidal wave, stand up with my movement, and then I'll use the remaining half of my movement to fly in the air.
Alright. Cool.
And
You
that
do
ends
so.
my turn.
Knight's Go gets all of its legendary actions back, looks at you with ferocity, and will attack you 3 times, Yanvan. He will take a -10 penalty for great weapon, -5 penalty for great weapon fighting. Master, excuse me. As he says, I shall take down Helm with me to the hells! And he'll take a -5 penalty.
I was gonna say, since you were being a stickler by giving us a level 10 enemy, I don't feel bad by saying you did not say he stands up. So he should take a penalty for.
He does stand up with this one.
Oh, you retconned me on that. Whoa.
Whoa, bro. It's almost like you're the DM here. Ah.
Alright, so he'll only get +4 to these attacks, but if he hits, he's gonna hit very, very hard. First attack will not hit. Second attack, a 21 hit.
Just barely.
Alrighty, so you'll take half damage.
Yes.
So you will take 10 slashing, reduce that to 5.
Reduce it
10
to 2.
fire,
So 12
and then 10 extra damage for Great Weapon Master.
total. So 22. I'm almost down.
Yep. Third attack fails. So you block the first attack, hits you hard with the second attack, and then you just barely block the third. It is your turn, Genwan.
I turn and I just gesture back to the painting behind me where it shows a warrior of Helm plunging a sword through him. And he turns and looks at him and he says, rest well, knight. And I'm going to roll that +6. And then I'm going to unleash my attack with reckless attack.
Make
so
your
it's
attacks,
a
buddy.
4. So I roll at a +15. So if I fail on
Yep.
a +15, we're fucked. So that's a 30 to hit.
Yeah.
And then 21 to hit.
How do you kill this Death Knight?
I mimic the painting exactly, where I stand over him and drive the sword through his chest with his like head up, and he just kind of puts a hand on his back and like lays him down, and like pulls the blade out and looks at him and he says, "I was never your enemy. I protect all." And then he just lays him back into the coffin.
He does so, and then you just hear him as like his armor starts to crumple on itself. He says, "Master, I have failed you once more." Before his sword clatters to the ground, his plate armor scattered all about, and all that remains, other than the armor that is quickly rusting away, is the key that remains.
Yanban just like collapses to one knee and takes the key. And he's like, he almost looks dead. Of his 125 health, he has single digits. And he just kind of like limps out of the room slowly. There's no
Give him that
victory to
healing
be
potion
had.
real quick.
I think I
Do
might
you
have
guys-
to there.
What?
You guys, then you guys walk out of this church per se. You eventually make your way back to the door. You use all 3 keys and you make it down to the 3rd and final level, where it's just a long hallway that leads. You see this vast openness, but you see the path ahead of you, like, you know, crumbling apart. But you do see towards the head a room. Seems like you're getting closer and closer to your goal, and we're gonna find that out next week. So until then, guys, we'll see you next week as we continue on. Take care.
You did it again.
Did it again.
You have.
Love it. What? No.
I have 10
No
health.
level ups.
One of these.
You're at level
things
10, boys.
you
It's
won't
harder to
be
level up
making
now.
more clicks. But
Couple
Dave,
more.
you made us work for that. That was a tough fight.
No,
Yeah,
I feel
man.
like if I didn't do acid fist, I would have got him in that round. That was on me.
Dude,
It's on all of us. We all work as a team.
Like, yeah, no.
I really thought knocking him prone was doing something, and then he stood up immediately.
But
I
you did cold
Yeah.
damage. You
Like
did
I
cold
kind of
damage.
made a high con, but like that was awesome.
Yeah, it
Honestly,
was
though,
Echo's damage that turned the tide.
Man.
So
I feel like once you learned our strategy, Tyler, you kind of like you either would put all the interesting stuff to the left, or then like at the very end, like fuck you, you're going right.
you see a door.
Fucking hellfire rain area. I don't even know